so this is what it looks like to work in the radio in 2025. Just the studio, me, no one else is here. I would say this is the best part about radio, that you can broadcast while laying down. Every time I introduce myself and I'm like, yeah, I work on the radio, they're like, radio still exists in 2025? I'm like, yeah, so does TV. Don't you have one? Let's start from the fact that I am not even American, okay? I am originally from Russia. I moved here 10 years ago. I spoke no English in the beginning of my journey and never would have thought that I would work on the radio, because I always thought, you know, to work on a radio, you have to speak English perfectly, and that will never happen. Okay, well, it's 7:30 a.m. In case you don't believe me. I am about to leave to go to work because I have a show at 10 a.m. So let's do this. Why is it so cold this morning? It's 0 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit, but look, Power 86.5 car. And also, if you think that this looks like a shotgun, this is not a shotgun. This is a microphone. So I guess let's just start from how I get to work. What do I even do at the radio station? I guess my daily routine. And then I will give you guys a tour and show you around the building. The best and worst part about working in radio.
The best part is we have each other.
Oh, that's kind of lame. What's the worst part?
The worst part is early mornings.
Chelsea.
The worst part is that we have each other.
So my typical day, okay? It started off with just me getting to the station at 8 a.m. I know it's early, but that's because I have to help with other station stuff first. Well, this is my workspace. This is my little office space. We used to have a green screen here, but now we don't. It's just like a black background. My little calendar here, my water, milk, Schnitt. If you're from Germany, please help me pronounce this. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I ordered this straight from Germany because this is something that I used to eat a lot when I lived in Russia and when I was growing up in Russia. So, and my banana, of course. Then after that, I print out my prep. And this is not like required to talk about. Like, for example, we have music news here. We have just like lifestyle and some statistics and fun things, but that's more of a helper. That's not what I talk about on a daily basis. Music news today, Post Malone recently purchased a horse in Texas named Ashtray. You know, things like that. He probably posted about it on Instagram, which is why we have it here too. That's the best and worst part about working with me.
The best part is... Let's start with the worst part.
No!
That is hateful.
You smell good. You always smell so good. You're always so fashionable.
Yeah.
You light up every room.
Yeah. The bad part is you wear leather jackets and I feel like I'm going to get stabbed at any moment.
As you walk in, you can immediately see 94.7 KTTS aquarium over here. That's where the morning show crew sits usually, right there. Then you walk in and we got a bunch of different things here. So I guess let's start with this massive place over here. This is actually our general manager's office. I hope I'm not gonna get in trouble for showing it. We also got a big office space right here where all the employees sit. I feel like a lot of people who visit our radio station immediately get disappointed when they walk in because it doesn't look like this. This is actually what the studio looks like. We got, you know, everything that you should have at the radio station. We got a microphone. We got all those buttons that I don't know how to use. Well, except maybe a few. Then we have all of our, you know, this is like our slogan or whatever, so people don't forget where they're at. We got some documents here. Very important. Can't show it. Blur. But yeah, this is one of the radio stations. So this entire room is one whole radio station. It's like a single on March 14th. What an artistic family. You are in Springfield. One of the things people often ask too is, how do you feel about your own voice playing somewhere? And I'm not gonna lie, at first I really hated it. I think I sound so cringe on air. I think my voice sounds stupid. I don't think I have a radio voice to begin with. But when you hear yourself on air, there's still like this, a thought in the back of your head, God, I hope I'm not gonna say something stupid. I hope I'm not gonna mess it up. I hope I won't curse on accident and everybody will hear it. And then when you mess up, of course, that's the break your boss hears. Can we please appreciate the toilet paper on the table? I actually almost never go in the studio because that's not my main station where I work at. Then we have this recording studio right here. I almost never use it also. Another radio station. This is Political Talk. Obviously 104.1 KSGF. They don't play music here. They just talk about boring stuff like, you know, money and taxes and, I mean, earth and stuff. Not a lot of people know this, but actually there is a way to not go live and just pre-record yourself. For example, we're at the event or remote, so that in those situations we can just pre-record ourselves rather than have a mic on site with us and go live that way, which probably what it used to be back in the day. I'm not sure. And here we are at the radio station I work for. Ta-da! Fun fact, I actually installed all of this, but it broke over there. This used to be all lights as well, but it's no longer. So why is nothing playing? Are we off air? Oh no. Oh my God, you work for radio? Can you give me a shout out live? Or reaction number 2. How old are you? Why do you work on the radio? And that happens literally every time. Which is why I wanted to make this video. Radio in 2025. Are we dead? Are we live? What are we doing? I don't mean to brag or anything, but my podcast won first place in 2022 and in 2023. But I'm not bragging, okay? Cursing on the radio, day number 1000. Just put my phone over there and record everything. Stains on the walls will never go away. So technically we have one more radio station that used to be here, but we had to remove the logo and everything from here because that station no longer exists. Now it's called something different, and the only thing there is a trash can. So I'm gonna try and answer some of the most asked radio questions out there. And the first one is, do you pick the music you play? The answer is no, never, almost never, I would say. I can change the playlist around, I can change the songs around in the playlist, but I never had an ability to pick the music we play. It's almost never the deal. Usually program directors are the ones picking the music for the playlist throughout the entire week. And usually they either do it, you know, daily or every 3 days if there's like a song premiere or something like that, or they just do it once a week. Next question. How do you deal with mistakes on air? I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I don't take mistakes on air personally, but I also don't take them easily. And that's unfortunate because I mess up on air quite a bit. And also the fact that I don't speak English, like it's not my first language. I can't say I don't speak English because I'm literally speaking English right now. So I can't use that as my excuse. But just because it's my second language, I constantly mess up on air. We have a 2-story building in the basement. Sound Cafe. We have some recording studios. We have this one. This is just like a little recording one where you can voice track or, I mean, listen to what you have said on air. I mean, you can listen to what you have said on air a different way, but this is one of the ways. Then we have this one that used to be a radio station and no longer is. It's now something else, but look how old this is. Oh my God. This is ancient. This is crazy. Oh my God, this looks like something that we have in Russia for World War II in a museum. Look at those records. Okay, to the next place. Some awards, bathroom. This is where people can eat, and we used to have a vending machine over here, can't you tell? I have a microwave, and this is like a basement kitchen. We have one upstairs too, but this room is known to people from my podcast. Yay! By the way, if you never listened to my podcast before, please check it out. It is on YouTube. It's called the American Dream Podcast. I will link it somewhere here. I don't know which site to point to. I'm not a YouTuber. They removed everything, so now I can't podcast here. I'm gonna choose a different location from now on, but this was my banner, my lights, you know, my tripods and stuff like that. So yeah, this used to be another recording room, hence as to why there's this giant control board here. I have made a little short video dedicated to this question too. Do we meet celebrities? The answer is yes and no. Depends where you work. For Top 40 station, it's quite hard for us to meet pop stars because we live in Springfield, Missouri, and no one ever comes here. But for country stations, I did meet Parker McCollum, I think Thomas Rhett once too, and some other guy I forgot the name of. And of course, the question that everyone loves: how much do radio DJs get paid? Keep these doors closed at all times with 2 exclamation points. This is our engineering spot, obviously. It's kind of crazy. It makes me feel scared. Every time I'm here, I feel like there's radiation here, so I'm gonna leave. Get out. I'm out of breath because I just had to perform that entire iconic dance for you guys. According to this, those are the prices. That's actually more than I make, but close enough. It's probably the saddest question ever. Okay, next question. Do you have to follow a script? The answer to this is no, but also every station works differently. I don't ever have a script that I have to follow on my show, but that's also because I basically just talk in between songs. I don't really have a show. It's just I am live, I am on air, or I am pre-recording it, but I never have a script. Yes, I have like a planned out list of things I would like to talk about, but also I only have like 30 seconds to talk in between songs, so there's only this much you can share. But some stations do have a script, probably. And lastly, how do you handle negative callers or comments? Well, let me tell you. When I first started, my accent was way worse and my English was too. So to say that we got quite a bit of hateful callers is to say nothing. At first, that really hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna lie. But now I don't care at all. Honestly, hate me. Say something spicy. You can just comment right now something and roast me. Please, I'm asking you. People just don't really care that much anymore, which is a good thing for me, but also kind of boring. If you were to say what's the best part about working in radio, I would say this.
You are Authority 86.5, and Vincent Vaughn is tired of being compared to Harry Styles. And
Especially if you're a narcissist like me.